Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sekar Damayanti, and today I would like to present my research. Before it, I would like to thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the mighty Creator who has given help and strength to the author to finish this research paper with the title Incorporating Corpus as Media in Learning Vocabulary at 11th grade student. Salawat and salam are addressed to final Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his family and his companions. Before I begin this presentation, I would like to thank the examiners who provide the opportunity for me to present my research. And I would like to thank the research advisor, Mr. Reza and Ms. Yuna, who patiently guide me in doing this research. And let me present my research now. The background of my research is about today is the 21st century, where the technological development has increased. One of the technological development is corpus that can be accessed using computer and an internet connection, especially for students to get more information about the meaning of the words. In the corpus, there are many uses of words in various oral and written contexts, where the data is obtained from someone's written, both in hard copies such as magazines, newspaper, books, or in soft copy such as online dictionaries, websites, and etc. The data in corpus is arranged systematically and can be accessed easily using a computer. And corpus can encourage students to be active learners in the classroom and apply their critical thinking of vocabulary. So students can know how the vocabulary works. And for the research methodology of my research is as this research aims to investigate phenomenon occurred in research sites, qualitative research methodology is considered as a proper design. It explores on how corpus mediate and assist students learn vocabulary. The participants of this study consist of 6 students of 30 students at SMA Negeri 1 Sukatani Bekasi. And then it is easier to have expected research. And for the instructional procedure refers to a set of plan and the following steps in conducting the research. After that, each group is given word by the researcher to be discussed about use of the word in several examples of sentences or contexts in COCA, or Corpus of Contemporary American English. And now we move to the result of my research. The first, students are equipped to learn vocabulary through provided context used in corpus. The students are facilitated to learn vocabulary using proper context. It can be seen from observation data. The observation data illustrated that the students easily learn vocabulary through exactly context. The detailed observation data are provided in my paper. Based on the observation data, it illustrated that the teacher carried out checking students' background knowledge by asking the English teacher some questions. Based on the interview data appeared in the dialogue among researchers, teachers, and students, it can be shown that every student have a different background knowledge, and almost of the students have difficulties in memorizing vocabulary. And the second result that researcher get in this research is students respond well toward corpus in learning vocabulary. To find students' responses toward using corpus as a media in learning vocabulary, interview was conducted to get the data. The data explained that almost of students was interested in using corpus as media in learning vocabulary. The interview data indicated that using corpus as media in learning vocabulary was interesting, and it can help students in learning vocabulary because they can analyze its word by themselves through corpus and share their thoughts with their friends in a group. It can be concluded that incorporating corpus as a media in learning vocabulary gets a good responses from the students. Based, based on the observation shared, the result of research shows that corpus equips students to learn vocabulary. Almost all the students help through corpus when learning vocabulary. It can be media and help students to improve their vocabulary ability, and their responses toward it is very good. The use of corpus potentially stimulates the interest and curiosity of the students in understanding target language patterns and also increase their independence. Independent learner in seeking information relating to the use of appropriate vocabulary and accurate. Indirectly will reduce the burden on the teacher in giving feedback related to vocabulary aspects. Using corpus in learning vocabulary helps teacher to be a mediator in guiding students to mastering vocabulary. And now we move to the last part is conclusion. Conclusion, yeah. Based on the research finding that have been discussed in the chapter 4, we can conclude that the use of corpus as media in learning vocabulary is a good chosen for teachers and students. It can improve students to be autonomous learning vocabulary through analyze the language in the different types, and for the teacher, they can give another alternative way in helping students to memorize vocabulary. And it also give different experiences for student and teachers itself. And this study showed that students are excited when learning vocabulary through corpus. It was their first time in learning vocabulary through corpus, and it also has disadvantages such as we need a computer and corpus software. Students should have a computer at their disposal. Furthermore, computer must have either internet connection for the use of an online corpus. And the recommendation from this research is based on the research finding of incorporating corpus as media in learning vocabulary. Researcher recommends that this paper become reference for their study if they conduct a research regarding of this topic. Corpus is a media that can be used by teachers in learning vocabulary for their students, but they should prepare all of the things that needed in this learning through corpus before start the lesson. And teachers as motivate as motivator for the student should motivate them to develop in mastering vocabulary. Through corpus, it can stimulate autonomous learning of the students um, that use this is in their daily activities. However, the teaching of vocabulary should not be entirely based on the use of corpus data because it may become redundant and boring like anything else. We should have a good combination of different techniques for the presentation, practice, and consolidation of new vocabulary. Um, I think that's all my presentation about my research, and I'm sorry if there are any mistake. Thank you for the time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.